Okay, it is. Okay, so I learned a bunch of things tonight. Man, this is awesome. You know, I came here and I was really tired and I wasn't feeling it, and man, I just came here, just got all this energy, and I'm missing some sleep. I'm kind of tired, but man, I'm feeling like awake now and full of energy. I really didn't want to come. I just was feeling kind of down, negative. Not negative, just tired because I put in so many hours, you know, and just freaking just overdoing it here, you know. So, yep, just man, I don't feel like going to sleep now. I wanna eat dinner. I didn't eat dinner yet. I'm kind of starving, so yeah, I gotta do that. Find something to eat. I don't have much food at home, which is kind of a bummer. Maybe I should go shopping. What I really need to do is stop by my mother's house and drop off some cookies, these pineapple cookies from Taiwan. Somebody gave my buddy these Chinese New Year cookies from Taiwan. They came to Hawaii visit, and he gave it to me. Somebody gave it to him and he gave it to me. So my mom likes these pineapple cake cookies. Yeah. I'm running on empty. I'm 13.7 miles empty. So usually I've pushed it up. The most I've pushed it was 12 miles, almost 13. But I've never pushed this hard. I'm up to 14. So this is like perfect time to go to Costco, because at about 10 o'clock Costco closes, and it's about 10 o'clock. I got like 5 more minutes before my watch is 5 minutes early. You know, my watch is like huge, but I'm always late. I'm just a poor time manager, and I need to work on this, man. You know, I really need to work on it. Okay, here's how to do a stoppie. Okay, I'm gonna make it instructional. You know, I'm not a stunter, okay? I just know how to do a stoppie, and that's about it, okay? And there's guys that are gonna tell me that's not how you do a stoppie, and it's okay. You know, I'll take the flack, but this is how I do it, okay? So I pick up speed, and I usually just grab the clutch, the clutch, so that the rear wheel is freely spinning, and I grab onto my front brake in such a way so that I'm lightly braking. And when I lightly brake, what the heck is this? When I lightly brake, my front wheel dives down, and when it dives down, I know the front wheel is planted on the asphalt, so that the front wheel doesn't lock. Okay, once planted, I know the front wheel has grip on the ground. Once it has grip, I know it's not going to lock, it's not going to slide. And then, once it does that, and I'm still moving, then I yank and I grab my front brake hard, and then my rear wheel lifts up. And that's basically how I do it, and how I pull off a stoppie. And then, of course, you have to pay attention to where your clocking position is. You just got to get a good feel of it, you know. You don't want to overclock, because, as they say, the stoppie is one of the most dangerous stunts. But I wouldn't let that freak you out, you know. It's one of the most dangerous stunts because there is no way to correct. That's one. You know, if you overclock, the bike goes over. There's no way to you know, you can't slam on your brake. Your rear brake doesn't make any difference. And two, if you should overclock, the bike will come down on you and crush you. You know, the last thing you need is the bike coming down, breaking your vertebra, and then making you screwing you up, making you a quadriplegic or some type of cripple, you know. So yeah, so there. Let's see, what do we have here? Now here's another commentary that I've heard about the stoppie. There's something about You just don't, on a stoppie, you just do not do small stoppies. You know, they say, you know, it's unlike a wheelie. You know, people want to learn how to do a stoppie just like doing wheelies. Do a small wheelie and then you get bigger, your wheelie gets higher and higher. Well, from what I've heard is if you do a stoppie incorrectly, you can high side. What I mean by that is you slam on, if you hit both brakes and the rear wheel dives down and suddenly you grab the front brake, the rear brake is compressed, and then now your front is compressed, and then your rear starts going up. That spring in the back will throw your back way up, and high side. So you want to do these small stoppies. You just don't want to use your rear brake. Okay? You just want to use your front brake and try it that way. Now you may want to try with bicycle, and you know, a bicycle is actually a very safe way to learn how to do a stoppie, and it's actually very forgiving compared to a bike, compared to a freaking 400-pound motorcycle that's gonna snap your neck. So that's my little tutorial. What can I say, man? I mean, that's how I do it, and to me it's like second nature. It's like not a big deal. Now I'm trying to learn how to do the high speed ones, which still, I mean, they're not too bad. There's actually several types of stoppies. There's the one-hand stoppie. The one-hand stoppie requires you to use your thighs to grab onto the tank. Having a tank ball really helps, you know, it adds to the grip of it. So the one-hand stoppie occurs, actually it isn't done 100% one-handed. What you do is you do a stoppie, and just when you know that you have your in the middle of the stoppie, when you know that both handlebars are straight, then you lift one hand up, and it looks like as if you did the whole stoppie with one hand. Okay, let's see. The other type of stoppie involves I haven't seen a no-hand stoppie. I don't know how you would be able to do that, but what's the other type of stoppie? There's one more. I think there's two more. Oh, it's a turning stoppie, where you can turn 180 degrees, and from what I've been told is you just get really good at finding that balance point, and you can steer while you're doing your stoppie. So let's say you're doing your stoppie and it lasts a few seconds and you want to turn left. The principles of counter steering apply in a stoppie. So if you want to turn left, you have to push on your left side to turn your bike, and that's how it works. So if you do a 180 stoppie, you push on one side to the direction that you want to turn, and the rear follows along. Now the 180 stoppie, I don't know how to do that, man. I'm learning how to steer the bike. I'm trying to do a 90-degree stoppie, so like when I enter a turn really fast and I just want to make a sharp corner or park the bike, you know, it'd be like really cool. You do a stoppie, you know, toward a park spot, and then you turn the bike and you park it. Yeah, that's what I think is just a showstopper right there, you know. So okay, so there's that, right? That's what I really want to learn. From what I've been told, you are supposed to, you know, you apply your counter steering principle, but as you start to turn, you actually grab the brake even harder to force the bike flip over to the other side, to swing it, the huge mass, the huge 400-some-odd-pound mass over, including your mass, over to the other side, so that you can do the 180 or 90-degree shift. And it's very counterintuitive, and man, it scares the the holy crap out of me, you know. But that's how it's done. That's what I've been told, and boy, that's like a serious exploration, because typically when you hit the stoppie and you hit the 11 or 12 o'clock position where, you know, you feel that balance point, the last thing you want to do is just grab that handlebar or grab that brake and just whip your bike around, and that scares the crap out of me, man. Hell, deliberately do it, man. That takes some mental discipline, self-control to do that. Oh yeah, and then of course there's another type of stoppie, the high chair stoppie. That's the one where, you know, this is the one where I think it's really, I think that's when you got to be a real pro to do it, where the high chair is you're sitting on your gas tank and your feet are over your feet hang over the front of the lights, and you hit the brake with your hand and your rear wheel goes up, and I think that's like the ultimate of stoppies and self-control. The ability to do that, it's just so profound. that just blows me away. I don't see how they do it. That you know, blows my mind.